you clicked on this video, that means there's something that you're not satisfied with in your life right now. There's something that you probably want to change. Now, if that something is fitness related, spiritual, potentially even relationship based, then I'm sorry, but this video isn't for you. But if you feel like you may be in some form of financial bind right now, maybe you've got a bit of debt, you're behind on bills, or maybe you're just tired of that mundane corporate exposure and existence like myself and my twin brother Eric was. If any of this resonates with you, then you might just be in the right place. And let me just warn you that this isn't some video that bashes corporate America, the education system, and all of that matrix stuff, as you guys have probably heard. Because trust me, there is enough content out there right now. And the difference between those videos and this video today is I'm gonna be fully transparent with you. Transparent to the point where I'm not gonna tell you that by the end of this video, you're gonna be making 6 figures within the next 12 months. That just simply isn't true. Now, the reality is that there actually is a possibility for that, but it's not up to me, it's up to you. But I will promise that by the end of this video, you'll have a much better understanding of how and why people are successful in 2025. Now, I've spent enough time deliberating and kind of painting a picture of what to expect in this video, so let's go ahead and let's dive into the meat and the bones. My name is Brian Zabirek and I have a twin brother named Eric. We went from pretty much growing up in poverty, living paycheck to paycheck, to landing our first corporate job making $200,000 per year at the age of 21. A salary that pretty much anybody would be comfortable with for the rest of their lives. But instead, we chose to walk away from all of that as our business on Amazon surpassed our income and started living the life that we always dreamed of. While working that corporate job, while going to school on full scholarships, that would have been defined as successful. At least it was for our parents. But in the grand scheme of things, although we made it per se, we still just weren't happy deep down. And although making $200,000 a year in my early 20s was something that I was obviously stoked about, I was putting money away, I was investing into myself, into my business, what I realized is that we lacked 2 things. Number 1 is time. And with that came freedom. When I was working my corporate job, I felt like I needed to invest 10, 15, sometimes even 16-hour days in order to be successful. And what I realized was, although I was making a lot of money, I was making a lot of money for the person above. I went through 4 different promotions in the course of less than 4 years. I was truly climbing the corporate ladder at that point. I had it all. I was young, I had a nice car, I had a soon-to-be wife, you name it. I felt like I truly figured it out. But coming home every single day just to be stressed, get bad sleep, wake up early the next day to do the exact same mundane tasks was just something I wasn't comfortable with. At the end of the day, myself and my twin brother, we were natural born hustlers. We did everything that we possibly could to make money. And we knew for that reason, number 1 was the reason why we were successful in corporate, but number 2 was that we were destined for more, and that destiny led us to entrepreneurship. So let me take you back to a story while I was in college. I was sitting in one of my sales classes, and a gentleman who was crushing it in his corporate job, making $200,000 per year, came in and talked about his success in his corporate role. At the very end, he plugged in how he was making 5 figures on the side with just a few hours per week. And although he talked about some very tactful, strategic things that could help us in our actual jobs post-college, what really stood out to us was that 5-figure plug that he was doing within just a couple hours a week. So what did Eric and I do? Being the curious people that we were, we ran out of that room and we made a connection. We networked. We had the ability to do that while we were in college. And because of that, that opened the door for us to reach out to him in the future for when we actually wanted to dive into the Amazon world. Now, I'm not gonna get into the nitty-gritty of that and how it kind of evolved, but we do have a channel trailer that breaks down our entire story and that story in specific as well. All that you need to know from that story was that when we started to crush on Amazon, we actually felt like we had a clear vision on what to do next. We literally had no reason to stay in our corporate, comfortable jobs that robbed us from our youth, because we knew that we could match and exceed our income that we were making at that corporate job, probably within much less time, faster, and with less hours worked per week. And leading up to this wasn't the first thing that we tried. The one thing that we did know confidently was we wanted to be entrepreneurs specifically in the online space. So naturally, we went into YouTube, we looked at all the different side hustles that you can do to make money online, and we tried them all. But it wasn't until Amazon FBA and building and launching products specifically on that platform where we had something click for us. Now we get to do things like this, travel the world. I'm currently in Miami. We just finished up a road trip down to Stagecoach, which was 10 days, and we followed it up with this trip. We have the ability to work anywhere with the power of this thing right here. We also employ our cousins and our families overseas. We send money to our family every single month. And the best and the most fulfilling thing for us is that we've taught dozens and dozens of people to replicate our success. And really, over the past 5 years of building this business, we have been able to achieve our dream life within 5 years, where we vision this to be a 10 to 20 year span. Now, you don't need to take it as far as we did. You can keep it as simple as running some form of side hustle that allows you to make more income the harder that you work. And trust me, you will be significantly more well off taking that route as opposed to getting trapped by those golden handcuffs that disguises themselves as a salary in a corporate role. And so now, as I pass this message on to you, maybe you hate your job, or maybe you're a high school student that is just tired of being broke. I know I was. No matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, no matter your goals, the time period and the era that you're living in right now is hands down the best opportunity for you to make money online. Because there's something that I personally live by, and it's the best time to have gotten started was yesterday, but the next best time is right now. And again, you don't have to do what we did because that's not the point of this video. The point is that there is money out there. There's options. All you have to do is put yourself in the driver's seat and look. It's as simple as that. In other words, you need to be resourceful. You have to put yourself out there. You have to step outside of your comfort zone. And when you do that and you put that energy out in the world, things will change for you for the better. Because everyone that you see who got lucky follows a certain pattern. Now, you could say that we got lucky for that speaker to come in and speak to us and make that plug that he was making 5 figures per month on the side of his corporate job. But it was ultimately up to us. It was up to us to take that information, to reach out and actually take action. So in your case, whoever you are, whatever your circumstance, wherever you are in your life, just go and look, take that next step. And when you put that energy out, take whatever resource finds you, implement it and keep implementing it until you can actually get tangible results. Because that's exactly what me and my twin brother Eric did, as well as every other influencer out there. You may say that we got rich quick. You may say that all those people, the people out here in Miami, got rich quick, but trust me when I say this, it wasn't as simple as that. So if you're interested to hear a little bit more about our story, how we were brought up, what things made us who we were and the success that we have seen in a short period of time, then I'm gonna leave the channel trailer right here in the top right for you. So thank you for giving us this short stint of time, because transparently, it could have been you scrolling through TikTok, just doom scrolling and getting exhausted by what is out there. But instead, you spent this 4 minutes with me, and hopefully you took something away from this.